YouTube is receiving your content. You're live!
That has never been adequately addressed, and we actually just increased and touched upon it, and that's like the one that's really bugging me the most. McNutty's and eldest characters not getting proper screen time
Wasn't
is probably
Canon gonna DM his high level stuff?
so that's what I was that was one of the big
Hey, I just showed up. I don't think that any of my plot hooks have they need to be addressed.
No, but your character is a very good character, both on a technical and on a storyline level. So I feel I almost feel gypped myself that I'm not using it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that could be part of the next generation stuff, is like dealing with all of the high level shit going down.
Right. So like the fallout from that. Yeah, kind of.
Next generation,
Some of us also don't have a next generation just yet.
like me, and I'm not going to have a next generation.
No, so next generation does not mean directly related
Yeah,
in
I
biological. It means like the next stage of the main campaign with new characters.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm actually able to move now, so we're gonna be a little bit moving to the office where I will be able to talk at a normal voice volume. Okay, we are in fairly decent shape. In the time on this only with me, whatever. Okay, we're gonna move all this stuff away. Gonna need to be careful. And we Ethernet connect. Yes, precisely. Okay, much better. Oh, much better. So yes, I know that there are many people who don't have their next generation characters designed and may not even want to. By no means. Well, so I should shut up for a little bit. Sorry. Let's get some of your guys' thoughts. I talk too much. So I guess the two main concerns for me are the fact that I'm kind of abandoning many plot threads, which feels bad to me, and possibly any ideas for dealing with that would be really good. And B, what people would like in terms of a next generation thing. Would people even want a next generation thing? How they imagine that going, et cetera, stuff like that. Yeah. Cool.
Do.
Yes, do. My main thing is there's most of my adventure ideas no longer function for where the characters are at. They are too high level that any sort of adventures that I have that most of my adventure ideas simply do not apply to them. I can't have you guys fight goblins. You're just way too strong for that. It's beneath your notice almost. So a lot of my adventure ideas only. I mean, I guess I could adapt goblin stat blocks to be level 17 stat blocks, but that won't really make a lot of sense in content.
There.
So weird now. So I want to do low level characters for that reason. And it's a lot easier. I also want to do a much better job of having let me how do I explain this a little bit better? The main campaign, if you really look at it, is not very cohesive.
Connected.
Yeah.
I see. I already know what you're trying to get.
Yeah. You want to explain it? I'm having trouble formulating it in words.
It's kind of just been a lot of different stories involving over the course of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hasn't connected well to itself in many ways.
Like, there's
and
the whole Tabnerov thing.
Yeah, and
There's
that
all
kind
the
of
plots that have going off in different directions, but really just dabbed our feet into each one of them rather than getting to the end of any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got
As
you.
an example, we still have to finish off the Cult of Sanguine, kill Xanros' sister, investigate the enemy god Tavnerov, investigate the enemy god Zvekna. There's still stuff going on in Jotunheim. There's still stuff going on in Solitude. And we really don't know what's going on with canon stuff. And Wyn Wyn's parents are missing. And Wyn Wyn hasn't brought back the church. And Claire has some stuff she needs to do with her child to bond some more.
There's many plot threads that are still open and haven't gone anywhere. And the problem that one thing that is a big issue with me is I have just kept opening up more and more plot threads and not bringing them together, which is a issue I have. There's so many plot threads that I have in my notes that are there. I don't even want to say many of them because I feel bad that they never ended up going where. There are things that you ran across and were cool plot hooks and stuff like that that never ended up going where because I had trouble pulling anything together.
Kearo one shoe.
Yeah, for example.
Two shoe, no shoe.
One shoe, two shoe. So I want to do a better job of doing that, and I feel like with a fresh start, hopefully I'll be able to do that better. I also want to connect it more strongly with the characters. Most of the first year and a half of this adventure, the characters' backstories were only tangentially related to things. It happens to be that Thanatos was more strongly tied to things just because I had more ideas for how his sphere of influence, especially since he was a noble, it was a little bit easier to work stuff in. His sphere of influence involved you guys more so. But most characters' backstories barely ended up connecting until I got to an adventure that was able to use that. AKA Claire's backstory ended up connecting pretty well to how you guys got into Cimmeral. Wyn Wyn's backstory was able to create the seed for a story involving Gorok Ravenscar. Thanatos is obviously this current adventure arc. I want to try and do a better job that my current plan basically is the first adventure is going to introduce your guys' characters to each other and to me. The first adventure, your guys' characters' backstories is not going to be the basis for the adventure. It's going to be an adventure that your characters are going to run in. However, the characters' backstories, I want to try and make them matter more. I mean this both in terms of the backstories and in terms of the backgrounds. In terms of the fact that there's background features that we have not used a single one of them. And that's bad. So a fresh start should give me a better opportunity to do this. It's a bit of a cop-out to leave all these all these plot threads open. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get to them at some point. One of the reasons I don't want to jump forward so far is to give us the option to get back to these characters and it won't be dead. Although we'll see what happens there.
And you can always go back in time. Like, just, go back and do the shit that happened in the 10 years that were skipped.
So we can. The thing that feels awkward for me, although prequels happen all the time, is if the things you do end up mattering, then why was that not around in the future? I don't know. But maybe this is just a stupid hang of mine that I really should get
The
over.
magical power of retcon.
That's true.
I have a simple solution.
Hit me.
The solutions I sent you in chat.
Oh, do you mind if I say out loud?
That's up to you, but I don't know. I'd kind of keep it a secret till I do it, but yeah, I suppose.
So I don't know, like, would obviously not be revealed until that happened, but basically put your guys' characters into a deep freeze. Whether that means the actual cryogenesis or some just time warp or something along those lines.
Have a bag of holding explode near us and suck us into it, and we spend the next 10 years trying to get out of it.
Etc., etc., etc. 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years, whatever it is. We now have a way that your characters would jump back in and nothing would have changed, and we have all your characters, and your plot threads would be able to be resolved then. And that would be a way of dealing with this. Your guys' thoughts on this?
I'm okay with whatever.
Thank you, Kirsten.
You're welcome.
So,
Arta.
cryo freeze for what?
One more time?
For what exactly?
As a way of having your characters, having us able to jump forward or have a new campaign that would be taking place in the future without having your guys' characters be gone.
So they would basically just still be around.
Well, they'd be frozen or
find a legit would be absent distance for a time to the point where base for other characters until.
Is it just me or is canon
Sort of.
really laggy?
Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it might be out, so I don't know.
Arta, I have a question about that.
Yeah.
So, are you suggesting that everyone would be playing their current characters in that next generation stuff?
Oh, no, I wasn't, although that's so. I was talking to a friend of mine about this idea, and he said that he did it, that he at one point was dealing with a similar idea, and everyone just sort of said, well, can't we just use these characters and just de-level them? And it worked for the way he was running his campaign, which was much closer to like an Adventure League thing where the mechanics of the game mattered a lot more than the story. I feel like we've been playing almost the opposite of that. The mechanics of the game are subjected to story elements.
Right, because I was going to advise against just recycling the same characters.
Yeah, I don't think it would work quite as well for us.
I mean, I don't want to recycle the same character.
Right.
If we were to do something different.
So now the last
I wouldn't mind either way.
Okay, so here's the actual big one though. We have spent 2.5 years playing in Agrillion, developing the world through our actions and our interactions and just coming across things and all that stuff. Would you guys want / prefer that we start a new campaign in a new world?
No.
Or do you like this world and you want
like this world?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This world.
That's 3 votes. Women. Ruben. Is Ruben in here?
Oh shoot, he's not here. Well, whatever. I mean, well, I'll ask him.
I thought you said woman.
Somebody message him.
Whatever.
He is summonable. He should be summonable. Somebody message him.
Yeah, I thought he was around.
He said he was just popping out to do something for like 20 minutes or whatever, but that was like 40 minutes ago.
I'll text him.
Do with that.
So, how we wait for people, or is it not a bad time? Because I was gonna say, if we're doing a D&D venture today, what are we doing?
I was thinking we continue the main campaign.
Oh,
I know it's
okay.
been a week and we had a delay, but I believe I have the next segment planned. Although, again, high level stuff is really tough to deal with. But I believe I have the next thing planned.
Well, this is the only day I have to do anything. The next Saturdays and Sundays I have to work, and yeah.
Oh, dang! For how much longer?
So it's just this month. It's the new year. Next year, I am free.
Sweet.
Again.
Okay. So, like January or?
Yeah, January. Like as in this next Sunday for Christmas. Yeah, definitely not.
And
The
then
31st, definitely not. But
what about January 1st?
January 1st, I'm working January 1st. Actually, the 31st, I don't know yet. I'm not able to get into my schedule. So,
All right. Well, update me when you can. Depending on how tonight goes, if we have the time and people patience and stuff like that, pushing it off to the 31st, if you can make it, would probably not be a bad idea.
See that. We all see that. Also, does my mic sound any better?
Yes, much.
so far, yes.
Okay. Is it not lagging or being robot-y or
Very
little bit,
slightly, but
yeah.
tolerable.
It
thanks.
doesn't sound like
We
you're...
can understand you. Last
Yes.
time we were having trouble actually hearing many of the words.
I wonder if it's the mic or if it's internet connection. I don't know. That's weird.
Right.
Wait, are we already live on the stream?
I
Are
don't
there
think
any
anyone's
rules?
watching, don't worry.
I think my only problem with this new generation thing is I don't have a bastard child to take my place yet.
Get busy now.
I've been trying. Someone won't let me.
There's 2 girls around. Ask them if they'd be willing to.
I had something to say about Next Generation, by the way, Aaron.
Yeah.
How open is Xanros as a character to a tweet?
You want to use him?
No.
Oh, you mean like his backstory?
Yeah. I mean, I popped the idea around to a couple other people. I wanted to play a cousin of Xanros
That's perfectly fine.
who runs across Orsic before Orsic runs across the Caltrop group.
That is 100% fine. And depending on what you mean by cousin, it could be like really easy to tie you in.
I know there's the whole like he's like shunned out of the Underdark because his sister's crazy or whatever.
No. His family got decimated.
You know.
Maybe it's one of his servants or somebody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is there room? I know his family got decimated, but is there room to add one more to that little bit of the family that isn't decimated?
Very easy. There's like 3 or 4 ways to do it. Whichever one you want would all be fine. There's even more options that like you could come up with.
Yeah, we can talk about it later. I was just
Okay.
that was my one question. The most likely idea right now is somebody who's related to Xanros that I wanted to play.
Short answer, absolutely fine. Answer, absolutely fine. Sorry.
Yeah, we can talk about it later.
Cool. Obviously, I mean, it's kind of one of my favorite things to do as a DM. I would be very happy to talk with you guys about how to work in your character's backstory, find places, locations, all that stuff. Legitimately one of my favorite things to do. So I'd be more than happy to do that with you guys whenever you want to try and figure it out. So current plan is, I guess in the end, is we finish off this current arc. I anticipate it taking between 2 and 3 more sessions. However it ends, we'll possibly do at the end of the 3rd session, or maybe, if necessary, a 4th session, or maybe just in between sessions, sort of a cleanup of what your characters are going to do afterwards, depending on how things end, of course. Just to place everything and have the whole world be working and functioning. And then we'd start immediately on the new adventure, meaning that very next week or other week, depending on how often we're running sessions at that. Sounds good to everyone? What happened?
I'm good. I'm actually more excited to get the new adventure starting than continuing our old one.
Cool. I'm
more excitedly for this character, so yeah.
And I empathize with that. Cool. Okay.
All right. I have something to ask, and this sort of involves Tierston.
Sure.
So, you know the character that I'm playing in your Out of the Abyss campaign?
Yep.
Would you mind if I had, like, the parallel universe version in the new campaign?
It doesn't matter to me at all.
Excellent. I just feel like that I look forward to playing that, but I don't think that I'll get a chance to play it the way I envisioned. And I would like to have a chance to do both. All right, excellent.
Cool. Okay.
I think we're just waiting on Wyn Wynn.
All right. Do you guys want to give him a little bit of time? Maybe I'll do the recap, and then if he's still not here, we give him some time. I mean, honestly, I like going straight from the recap into the adventure. It helps me clarify my own thoughts.
Well,
I don't care. I'm gonna be up for all night, so.
All right. Does anyone know who AK is? Just out of curiosity, I got a random friend request like 5 minutes ago.
Arius' girlfriend.
Okay. Is she like doing D&D or something?
No.
I don't think so.
So why does she want to friend me? No one thinks I'm cool or swell.
Just saw the yin yang dice, was like, I need that person.
I think you're pretty swell.
Gee willikers, thanks.
Like, as in fat, but.
Wow.
That's funny.
I will have you know that I actually managed to fit into a size 34 pants tonight.
Wow. You're almost the same waist size as me, except I lost a lot of weight recently, and now my pants.
You probably have significantly more muscle mass than I do. Okay, whatever. Well, you're a stick.
All right.
I'm a brick.
So we could talk new adventure, like the new stuff, until
I was
Ruben
gonna say,
gets to
if anyone wants to read my backstory, I can copy and paste it. It is very interesting.
Really want to play one of my bastard children.
I have put a lot of thought into this.
I was gonna say, if nobody had anything to say, we could pop down the channel and try to.
Can't conceivably think of making a bastard child that would be viable unless I go find an orc or a dragon.
Well, truth be told, there is a very
Jesus,
easy
Tierston.
solution.
Yep, that is his backstory.
Oh yeah, hold on, I want to grab that. There is a fairly easy solution for you having a bastard child.
Hey, tomato whale.
Hi, tomato.
It's called the whorehouse. I mean, what?
Yes, it is.
Am I interrupting
Thanatos has
something?
never been to a whorehouse, and or
We
keep
are just discussing some D&D stuff. I'm planning on having a bit
If
of
it's
a new
only 10
adventure.
years, he'd need to be of a certain race in order for that to be viable. If he's an elf, I mean, I've got another 600 years before I'm an adult.
Now, wait, hang on. You said that you've been trying for a while, right?
Holy
I've been
shit.
trying in the sense that I've been courting several unusual races that would give me an advantage.
Okay, but meaning you haven't exactly mechanically made an effort yet.
No.
Okay.
Jeez. Vic Nutty, you have the voice of an angel.
Thank you.
Awkward.
If an angel had a solid set of brass balls, yes.
He enters the room.
I would pay you to narrate my life, despite the fact you'll mostly just be saying, and he's still crying.
That is super depressing.
And he's still crying.
Let's check 2 hours
He's
later.
Still crying.
He's not crying anymore, but he looks sad.
I guess I could
smell
put a win.
some tears coming up.
Alright, I'll
Just
get out of I'll get out of y'all's hair.
Wait, before you go, what's the
okay.
deal with Shadowrun?
It's still happening.
Sweet. When?
Well,
This coming Saturday night?
actually, during the break, I'm available pretty much every night.
So
Although,
this coming Saturday night?
Yeah.
potentially even as early as like Wednesday or Tuesday.
Okay. If we could get the rest of the people, then yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
All
Okay.
right. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna need to figure out a new way to organize this junk. Okay.
By the way, Odie, weren't me and you gonna come up with some holiday D&D bullshit? Is that a thing at some?
I was going to, and then I decided sleeping was nice. I've been catching up on sleep. That's for the past couple months I've been working.
Tierson, what's the name of your dude?
Murgle.
Not Magel?
Wait, what?
So, my character could actually be tied into or at least familiar with your character. Because mine's an artificer, like, building magical shit all the time. If you're like a golem maker, I would at least possibly know about you.
Yep.
You want to pop down a channel and talk Xanos
I would probably
bullshit?
be seeking you out, honestly.
Oh, yeah, sure. Gentlemen, I'll be right back up. Let me grab Cannon for a little bit.
I think we'd be seeking each other out.
Yep.
So you're building sex golems, according to this.
Well, I mean, that's just one of his, many golems he wants to make. But yes.
What? What? Did I hear that right? Did Arta just allow that?
Yeah, he didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Right then. Guess we're just gonna let that happen.
Yep, we are.
So does this character have a pre-existing hit to its sanity score?
It should.
What's up, gay boys? Yeah, no, I just jumped down there. A fluff thrower over here. Like, you mean a flamethrower? Yeah, it's a fluff thrower. Flamethrower.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I mean, your guys' call. I do feel kind of awful that he's missing this. A, because mechanically speaking, it's balanced for him being there, and B, because he's been such a strong part of the story arc. So I mean, your guys' call. Do you want to do we want to just start new campaign stuff, or should we make this happen even though Ruben's not here?
It depends.
Depends on what?
What about the bastard children?
Well, that's one of the things we would be talking about, I assume.
What are
We're
we
not going to
talking
be
about?
gone for that long.
Anyway.
Yeah. Let's go and do that now then.
Yeah, we could do that. Okay,
Recap!
So that's going to
Well-
involve me doing at least a little bit of a recap.
What was
so-
what was I talking about last time?
I don't know. Ruben or Eldest will bring you in on what they were talking about while Arta does the recap.
Eldest text me.
Let me just grab my notes. Adventure one.
Oh my god.
We have to do that thing neither of us remembers we were doing.
That thing that people say I meant to do, but I don't remember saying anything at all.
Oh yeah. I really need to watch those before these sessions so that way I could take proper notes and really remember things properly. But regardless, just a quick recap, mostly for my own benefit, but maybe for your guys as well. Last time, the party finished had just finished off fighting killing, I guess, or completely decimating Scylla. They get back and they decide to start investigating the currently empty city of Night, specifically the palace quarters. You guys went back to the Citadel to a Manator / Lathander, but primarily a Manator. Found your way into the archives, the tomes, the library. While there, you found a couple of interesting stuff. Specifically, you found the 5 original books from when a Manator was a living man. These are, of course, kept in very special cases. You also found a secret passageway to underneath the city. A little known fact that Thanatos, being noble-born and born in the city, so he knew, but most people were unaware of, is that the city of Night, this fortress built on the top, built to fight demonic army invasion, was actually built on the ruins of a elven city that was decimated during said war. The necropolis under the city. You guys went into the necropolis and found this passageway that led to this interesting room underneath the throne room. When you entered the room, you heard a roar from inside, and you, of course, fought an adult white dragon. After disposing of said white dragon, you found a baby dragon. In fact, such a young baby that you have reason to believe it was forced out of its shell early. Hidden among this refuse that had been thrown down from the throne room itself. You took the baby in, named it Lunis, Gifted of the White, and eldest character Kearo was able to bond pretty closely with this baby white dragon. After leaving the necropolis, you investigated some footprints you found on the 3rd level of the city, the nobles' quarters, and you found Thanatos's faithful weapon mastery sort of scion, Xanros Axelokulu, who you had saved ages and ages past. I'm not going to get into that. It turns out he had kept a sort of underground system going while Scylla was in charge to try and circumvent her rule. You dealt with some of the people there. There was an assassin, dealt with him, whatever. You then, I'm missing something. Went back up, and Thanatos and Thanatos and Wyn Wynn both took their flying mounts and started flying towards Malcarion's fist. Yeah, that was the Xanros, based on the noble house with small group of mostly orphans. There was the right, and you learned of the fact that a well-known hero of the land, Miodrag, who is known as a brother to Gabriel, right? Names. names. Yeah, Gabriel. Thanatos' father, so known as his uncle, even though he's really not exactly blood related. There's a complicated relationship in there. Was captured and sent off to was somehow subdued, even though he's a very powerful, well known as one of the greatest heroes that the Malkarians have ever had. He was somehow subdued and was taken to the Vault of Rust. As currently the people do not trust the noble house of Malkarian, as kind of ruined a whole bunch of that. It was Xanos' advice that rescuing him would go a long way towards regaining the people's trust and possibly helping Thanatos reestablish his rule and start rebuilding his kingdom empire. Meanwhile, the other characters, Kelnoa went into the throne room and used it as sort of a meditation location to access, to try and connect to, well, frankly, his creator, Halphus, this otherworldly being who played some part in creating Kelnoa. He did so and found that Halphus was literally mid attempted escape from a Baelor. The conversation was cut short. Possibly because of the
My
Baelor's
creator is
intervention.
an asshole. Probably. I don't think he is. Just probably.
That happened. In addition, Kearo had uncovered one of the things that they discovered while exploring the tomes was that there seemed to be some secret cult that had sprung up involving the conflict between followers of Lathander and followers of Amanator that sort of have different opinions on how the god should be treated and faced. There's sort of this schism in the order, if you will. There's this interesting cult that has sprung up that aims to treat Amanator Lathander as exactly that, a combination of both gods. You were surprised to find a book with their symbol hidden among the tomes in the palace, in the citadel, whatever. So Kearo uncovered it, secreted the book away, and has been attempting to translate and read it and understand it since last session. Sorry about that. Anyone notice anything I missed? Cool. Okay. And I just marked that guy, forcing his gauntlets over that man's hands. Yep. Okay. Yep. I forgot that, but that's okay. And
New Jersey hasn't exploded, has it?
Not yet, but probably soon.
Okay. Just wanted to check because Winwood's phone is dead.
I mean, to be fair, Chris Christie is by no means well loved. Current.
I'm not saying like figuratively. I'm talking about literally. There's not a crater where New Jersey used to be, right?
Oh, is New Jersey a crater? Google. New Jersey, a crater there's the Tom's Canyon Impact Crater, which is located 160 kilometers east of Atlantic City, New Jersey. So maybe.
Anyway, the recap.
As far as I'm aware, I mean, it is a 20-minute drive for me to go check. So if you want, I can go drive. But I don't think I'm doing that. Okay. So, Eldest, what do you want to do? Okay.
Maybe he was arrested.
Who was arrested?
I don't know. It just says it's ho no. Santa Con is busiest day in year for cops with 17 arrests.
Wow.
What?
They should have a parade.
Hell yeah. Ho ho ho, motherfucker.
They should have a parade.
Ho ho ho.
One more time. Yes. Mhm. Uh-oh. Oh, man.
Does he live in Hamilton, Jersey? Wherever that is?
Oh,
There's-
man.
There's a shooting spree that went on.
So, while Thanatos and Wyn Wynn head to Malkarion's fist, while Kalnoa is, while he's mid-contact, you head over, you summoned, the, mansion, right? Okay. Okay. So, Kearo, you enter your mansion complete with all the, sexy stuff, and since it is your mansion, you know your way around by definition of summoning the mansion, you find your way to a sort of library. It's not stocked with any rare books or anything like that, but you'll have some reference manuals that might help you out, some dictionaries and encyclopedia. You set up at the writing desk and you start to try and make sense of this book. While you're able to read the language with your spells, you find that the book itself is incredibly dense and difficult to understand, almost as if it's like a textbook for maybe like calculus or something like that. I want you to make an intelligence check to see how you do at this. Okay, that's an 8. It's still an 8. You're adding in a bar concentration. Okay. You take out your instrument and attempt to use a spell to bolster your own intelligence for this check. 14. Okay. You spend 8 hours poring over this book, reading through it, rereading it, trying to get these passages. It's a very, very difficult book to understand. It seems to be a combination of propaganda as well as details on rituals. From what you're able to make out, the propaganda is all around the fact that gods are subject to the whims of their followers. You find many passages that say things along the lines of Lathander has a duty to his worshippers to act a certain way, to grant certain abilities. As well as stuff along the lines of Imanator possibly is a traitor to his followers for changing forms. You also are able to find a number of details on rituals that involve exerting influence over other beings. And it seems that many of these are designed to force, well, gods to do things that mortals want them to do. By no means an easy feat, and many of these are kind of vicious in their implementations. Some of them involving sacrifice or self-mutilation, pain of others or pain of your own. It seems the way that they force the gods are also pretty vicious. One thing you're not really able to make sense of, though, is how they plan to use this on this specific god. Most of these seem to involve some sort of direct contact with the being, and you happen to be aware of the fact that Lathander resides on his own plane of reality. He isn't in the material plane in the conventional sense. It seems that there's sections that might be trying to deal with that, ways to sneak in maybe to Lathander's realm, but you're not able to make sense of that. Okay. Tierston, if I remember correctly, Claire's just eating more popcorn, right? Oh, shoot. And now the bar is doing
Eating
something.
popcorn. If you see my picture.
Which
popcorn.
picture? Which picture?
The image of me. Hello. I'm waving my hands. Yeah. Hi.
What?
Popcorn.
Oh, I don't have my video stuff enabled. Sorry.
Oh.
My bad.
I see how you are.
Sorry. I want to receive video. Reconnect. Hi. 4 fingers.
Popcorn.
Popcorn. You're putting quotes around popcorn?
Yes, meaning.
So what are you actually eating? That's creepy. He's eating human stuff.
No,
He's eating the bits and pieces of men.
What I'm actually doing is what I said in chat, but eating popcorn.
No one is paying attention to Claire. She's going to do what rogues do: look around for anything worthwhile. Jay, more than 100 gold, and secrets and ins and outs of the palace, and getting a mental map of the palace until further notice of what we're actually doing. So that's actually a legitimate thing that you can be doing. You're going to head down, I assume, to the nobles' quarter, to the nobles' level, and start pilfering houses. Yeah.
Anything empty that looks empty or hasn't been touched or anything like that. Yeah.
Why not? Make a perception check.
No one said I couldn't touch stuff here.
I mean, yeah, you could go into people's houses and take stuff from them. I guess.
Well, it's a dead city, so.
That's true.
I said dead, but okay. 31.
Okay. You spend a number of hours going through many of the nobles' houses. Most of them are completely unlocked, as if the people fled rapidly and weren't able to clean up behind them. Some of them are locked, but you're sufficiently skilled with your own thieves' tools that you don't really have a problem getting through them. And you go in and out a bunch of the houses, and at the end of the day, you end up collecting quite a number of valuables. Hold on. Okay. There we go. Okay. You go.
I'm just looking for valuables, nothing that will protect the living in that house, just that they don't need.
Meaning, if you find like stores of food, you're not going to take any of that.
No.
Okay. What about like magic weapons?
Nope, not magic weapons. Just like vanity items.
So gemstones.
Yeah.
Gemstones and gold and stuff like that.
Yep.
Any of the houses that are locked, they don't have any easily transportable valuables. Shoot, hold on.
Sure.
I'm gonna need you to make another check. I need you to make an investigation. 2 investigation checks, please.
Okay. 15 plus 13 for one. And the second one is 8 plus 13.
Okay. Okay, you move in and out of a bunch of the noble houses. As you move through the square, you realize that most of the noble houses have been sort of constructed with the same basic outside, albeit with different designs and stuff like that, while the inside seem to have all been custom made. So you're not able to really learn one house from the other where different secret places are, where different secret storerooms are. What you are able to do, though, is find a secret room or two in almost all of the houses. And most of these secret rooms, it seems, have not been cleaned out. Even of the gemstones that you find inside. So at the end of the day, you end up finding quite a bit of wealth. Here's the question: are you sharing this with the party?
I'm at the end of the day, it depends on how much I'm getting, but I'm giving it to Thanatos to say, here's all your nobles, greedy things that can help you rebuild your kingdom to help. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, are you ready to type?
I'm ready to type.
Okay. Once you collect up all the valuables from all the different places, you end up having a collection in terms of just straight cash of 100 platinum pieces, 1,400 gold pieces,
Okay.
9,000 silver pieces,
Okay.
and 4,000 copper pieces.
Okay.
You also find in what appears to be the tailor's house 6 bolts of silk, each valued at 25 gold pieces.
Okay.
You also find in the same house a small ivory idol that appears to be worshiping some sort of demonic god, based off of the inscriptions being in Infernal. You recognize the characters. The god itself is unknown to you. The ivory figurine, you pretty much are. You're sure it's pretty. You're able to evaluate it to be about 35 gold pieces.
Okay.
In a separate house, in another secret room, you find a painted glass comb that you evaluate to be worth at 50 gold pieces.
Okay.
And finally, you find a sort of triple gemstone necklace with a solid red gemstone, a solid blue gemstone, and a solid green gemstone that don't appear to be like conventional sapphire or ruby. You're not really quite able to place the gemstones, but based off of the design and having seen sort of familiar pieces, you figure out it's probably worth close to 1,500 gold pieces.
Interesting.
Finally, in terms of just straight gemstones, you find 5 sapphires, each worth 200 gold pieces.
Okay.
And 20 emeralds, each of them worth 5 gold pieces. Like they're small emeralds.
Okay.
Once you sort of collected all the stuff and you're like hauling it with you, you're pretty sure you cleared out all the noble houses pretty well. You're also able to,
but yeah.
yeah. Well, I didn't say how you were hauling around. I said you're hauling it around. The bag holding works fine. One thing you were able to sort of pick up on the fact is each one of the noble houses, literal houses this time, sort of appealed to a different type of market, a different type of profession. There wasn't a lot of overlap, so it doesn't look like, at least in this city, there's a lot of competition between the noble houses. Looks like there's sort of an agreement that one will focus on the tailoring stuff and one will focus on the craftsman stuff, that kind of thing. Oh shoot, I need an intelligence check from you also. Sorry, one last one. Forgot about a house.
Straight intelligence?
Yep, pure intelligence, pure int.
Okay. 16 plus 3.
Okay. One of the houses you were able to identify as some sort of scroll designer's house or scroll tradesman's house, but you weren't able to find anything of value.
Okay.
Okay. What's the nature check for, Kearo? Oh, never mind. Never mind. Okay. Shoot. I kind of wanted to do. All right. So, dang it. Okay, Tierston, I know. Next week is definitely not going to work for you.
Yep.
That is unfortunate. We'll try and figure something out. We got to run something this week. Let's see. Let's would anyone be around maybe Wednesday night for like a one shot that is going to be related to the new campaign?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna send that in at the
I mean, the only reason I wouldn't be is if I burned myself out, with schoolwork.
Bansel.
Because I've been sick since Tuesday. I've gotten over it this weekend, but so that's something for you.
Not with the new camp characters. Okay. Hopefully we'll get some people there.
So are we done for tonight, or are we going to try and press on?
So I think we're going to be done for tonight. Partially because it's late and mostly because Ruben's not here. I think we'll do it next week. I know Tiersten can't make it.
Well, I don't mind somebody playing my character if he wants.
So you mind sending your character sheet out so that if we get someone to play it, maybe I'll have. Do you mind if like Pedro or Saab play your character?
Nope, I wouldn't mind.
Cool. Okay. All right.
Make sure your ideals are up to date. Tiersten.
Yeah, I know. I will.
See, playing the next session of main camp next night, 10:30 Eastern sharp. Hopefully, I'm gonna type sharp, and mostly I'm yelling at myself, obviously. If anyone is willing, we need someone to take Tiersten's character.
I can probably listen in if you were starting at 8 EST.
Session 8 Eastern?
Your time, yeah.
I can't. I really can't do much earlier than that Saturday night. Saturday's a rough day for me. I can't.
We're not doing Sunday?
Sunday nights. Sunday. We can try. I'll have better information closer to that date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, Sunday night even I can listen in if you're doing it at 8.
Sweet. Okay.
Because I'm off in an hour after your time. Because for me that's 10, and I'm off at 11. So.
Okay. Cool. Really sucks that we've been on such a strong hiatus. McNutty, I have very strong apologies that I must send your way for being such a awful DM to you specifically.
It's all good. That said, I will not be able to be there at the next session.
Damn it!
I will be gone this entire next week until like the 28th.
Blastoise.
It's fine. Just retcon my character. It doesn't exist.
I like your character.
Then we can use it at some other point.
Fine.
I mean, it was already going to be sort of a ham-fisted introduction.
It was, but I liked it. It was going to be cool.
Well, it can be even cooler later.
Yeah, all right. Fine. I have your character's backstory written in whatever. Yeah, grumble. Okay, let me grab a drink when I get back. Since we're not running main campaign tonight, for anyone who wants, we can start discussing new campaign in a much more practical sense. For those of you who are making new characters related to it, I have a new process that I like to run through, which I did with McNutty, and it was really enjoyable, at least for me, and it helped me like get my teeth into most of the characters' backstory. So if you guys are, for those of you who are making new characters, willing, blah 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 blah, I'll be right back.
Okay.
We're missing people.
I will also be right back.
Well, apparently he was integral to the encounter difficulty.
Technically, we're missing 2 people. Sail. No. There's a rule, though. We never play with less than 4. 4 of the originals being.
The 4 originals. Me, Odie, Kirsten, Sail.
And retcon Wyn Wynn.
Retcon Wyn Wynn. Because Ruben the best. Not tonight, but Ruben the best.
We're working on you. You'll get there. It's okay, eldest.
Yep. We got a queue like
Did you get that on by the way? What you're getting? Gold.
The what?
The stuff I looted
No,
and everything. Did you get that? I put it in chat.
I saw that you put it in that chat. I'll put it in the D&D chat.
this. What you did, by the way, is basically some super heavy advanced Robin Hood shit.
Yes, it is.
Super Robin Hood. I'm gonna take all of the rich's money and give it all to the poor.
Give it to
No
the
more rich
emperor to do with what he will, so he can come back with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I simplified it because you're like James Bond, Robin Hood. You got the complicated scheme in your head.
I
Yep.
mean, let's not overhype it too much. He walked around an abandoned city and stole their shit.
Yeah, but he did it really fucking fast.
He had like 8 hours.
Okay, he's Claire.
I did it very fast because it's a city,
Claire's
and
rogue?
yes.
Claire's a rogue? I don't know. When a rogue does something, it's always a superhero power. Fucking level 3 Kenku rogue in the Mumble campaign. I'm fucking do backflips off people's shoulders, throwing daggers. Like you should.
My bad. Who is super angry at me? I like it. You're super angry at yourself. What, with Lunis? Yeah.
Oh no, you don't get to play with your bat you met 5 minutes ago. I mean, your dragon you met 5 minutes ago. How do you think I feel about my bat?
All the plot threads all falling apart.
So I'll update my character, but it's there still in the
Drive?
drive. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess we could do it, but
Do what?
we'd be down a paladin, which is just not good.
Yeah.
He said he'd be back in like 20 minutes, and then he was gone.
And then he never returned. If I had been on time. That party was horrible. Okay, it wasn't horrible, but it was painful. And it dragged on so long. I mean, 5 hours? Whatever.
You couldn't have found a way to excuse yourself?
I really couldn't.
You didn't have like a vehicle?
Well, first of all, no. Actually, I had to come back with the rest of my family. We had to come in from Jersey. Oh yeah, I drove through Jersey tonight. Okay, I can say that it's not exploded.
Not since you left, did it?
Right, yeah. But like, I also really couldn't. It would have been problematic.
All right. I love it. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna update the.
So bastard children.
Oh yeah. I mean, so there's been downtime where you've spent time in a populated city. The oldest profession in the world is around.
Second oldest.
Okay.
The other's killing people.
Sure. So, like, that would be a child out of wedlock.
If only I'd fornicated with the druids. But no.
That would have led to an interesting child. That's true. So I don't know. That's one option. I'm not specific, by the way, on the 10 years thing. Like that's by no means set fast in stone exactly how long it's been.
I guess it depends on how this adventure goes. I may try and still pursue itself.
Okay. I mean, she's an ancient red. It's not something that's likely to end the way you want it to.
Hang on, wait, are we fucking dragons now?
Oni wants to.
I'm trying to make strong children. I need a noble heir who is not an embarrassment to the name. Seeing as how there aren't any 15th level priestesses just strolling around.
Level is from experience and life. That wouldn't necessarily mean you get a child who's 15 levels.
I don't need a child who's 15 levels. I need a strong genetic child. Genetically strong child.
Levels aren't genetic.
Yeah, that's
That's
what I
not
mean.
the point. If she's alive, she's probably got good genetics.
I don't know what to tell you there. Even people who are into trying to make strong genetics be the thing there, I don't think they would necessarily say, oh, we gotta get a red dragon. Probably not where you want to go. Also, they can't breed with humans in that way. First of all, I'm the DM, and if I say no, no. But also, I still don't think so, because you can't breed while polymorphed.
Red dragons can't polymorph either. Unless you add it. That's only chromatic dragon or metallic dragons.
You guys aren't actually campaigning here. I am sitting here like,
yeah, sorry. I told you I would grab you if it happened. Unfortunately, it's not happening tonight. I guess I should have PM'd you that it's not happening tonight. Sorry.
Yeah, here I am sitting here. I'm like, dude, this sounds like an awesome time. I can't wait. It's finally happening. You know, it's only been a month and a half since I came up with it. And then I come into the chat, and you guys are talking about fucking dragon.
The more the merrier.
So, Oni, to answer your question, no, technically, well, what are you? You're a tiefling, right? Okay.
It's not unheard of.
But you can't reproduce that way.
Because I'm a tiefling?
No, because dragons and no.
Dragons. Okay.
All right, testing.
Yes, you are coming through loud and clear.
Is it actually clear though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Much better than, I'm guessing, your actual computer.
No. It's a long story, but my new phone uses the same account as my computer now. I keep the old phone around just in case, like right now, because my other phone was about to die. So, and I have Wi-Fi, so it all works.
Wi-Fi's the best. Physiology. I love how there's a Draconomicon from 3rd edition. It's crazy.
Well, in 4th edition, I think it was, they talk about it in the 4th edition player handbook on how Dragonborns are born in eggs. Because essentially that's what you'd be making. You'd be making a tiefling Dragonborn.
Okay, Dragonborn does not actually mean child of a dragon.
Half dragon is.
I was going to say, what about half dragon?
Oh, I did forget about half dragons. So
Half dragons are legit.
There are red half dragons.
Let's see. Half dragon. Where are you? Where are you, buddy? There you are. Half dragon. When a dragon in polymorph form mates with another creature, the human. Oh, I was dead wrong.
Okay, but you'd still have to convince a dragon to polymorph to shag with you.
That is definitely look. We're talking about the physical possibility of it right now.
I really want to see that adventure, though.
Hey.
Technically, the adventure already took place.
Would do Thanatos a favor. It's fine.
We've been working on it.
If Isol wasn't able to polymorph herself, I got your back.
Okay, so according to the forum on N-World that I'm reading, Dragonborns are typically born to normal human children, or born normal human children to human parents, and are later transformed to adolescents.
Yeah, no, but that's old.
Yeah.
And so is 3rd edition. So it's really just what Arta picks up.
Well, I'm naturally curious now if 5e has anything about it.
Nope. They just kind of gloss over their Dragonborn, and there's also red Dragonborn, so I assume it's therefore possible.
Well, they're red half dragons. Those are not the same as Dragonborn, and I think they go into how Dragonborns are made in the Dragonborn section. Born of dragons, as the name proclaims, the Dragonborn walk proudly through a world that greets them with fearful incomprehension. Shaped by draconic gods or the dragons themselves, Dragonborn originally hatched from the dragon eggs as a unique race, combining the best attributes of dragons and humanoids. Some Dragonborn are faithful servants to true dragons, others form the ranks of soldiers in great wars, and still others find themselves adrift with no clear calling in life. Okay, so as much as I dislike doing it, it's already too ingrained in the lore of the world. That's not how Dragonborn currently function in Agrillion. Dragonborn are a distinct race that are separate, that are Dragonborn only because of their physiology. They people born Dragonborn can have psychological development however they want, and many do have a strong kinship to dragons just because their physiology and their origin matches up, but they don't operate this way that they speak in the end here. Dragonborn have societies. They have some of their own cities. They also have cities that they integrate. They're like dwarves or elves, that they have their own culture, their own cities, their own way of operating, unrelated to dragons. They also worship normal gods as opposed to worshiping dragon gods. Not that none worship dragon gods, but conventionally you'll have Dragonborn who worship Lathander or worship Saloon or worship Vecna if they're really evil, whatever.
You're just into necrophilia.
I don't think you necessarily have to be interested in necrophilia to want to live forever as a lich, but yeah.
I mean,
kill him.
Gentle Repose is a hell of a spell.
Yes, if you're interested in necrophilia, you probably take Gentle Repose.
That is a very interesting statement, Tony.
Hey, I'm just saying, There's a video on liches, and I
And I'm
watched
just saying, I'll never look at Gentle Repose the same way again.
it. Never again will I look at this the same way.
Oh, by the way, Eldest, if you get your hands on a Draconomicon, I would recommend taking a look at page 13. Okay.
So
More accurately, I'm going to get you a link to the Draconomicon. You should look at page 13.
in what are my what's the verdict here?
On getting a child with Vasalth? Is
Roll a
was
charisma check.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have stupid high.
60?
Well, it's not just charisma; it's persuasion and charisma.
Well, I have been courting her for some time.
Well,
Not very
Yeah.
well, considering I've been busy, but and Arta doesn't.
Then you're not courting her at all.
no, I need to be a DM for this. I cannot give you opinions on this fact. Okay, you are in charge of your character's actions. I'm in charge of the consequences of those actions with NPCs, reactions, and stuff like that, and stuff. You have done things that you believe are courting Vasalth. They may or may not be working. They may you don't know how they're ending. Like I can't.
I do not know the results of my actions.
Right, and I do. Like, I'm doing a terrible job explaining this. Okay. As to the question of after this adventure, let's assume that this adventure goes down and you survive. Okay. Results are what they are. You're saying under the assumption, which we did agree at one point not to do this. If you remember ages ago with Cimmeril, you wanted to do something and then you're like, this is a terrible idea. We should not do it. But I guess since we're trying to take care of some of the stuff now, fine. With the assumption that the adventure goes.
No, I said that sending a B team, like an entire party of adventurers, was a terrible idea because they don't get killed.
No, that too. I referring to. Never mind. So you're asking. So what do you want to do? Let's assume this is after the adventure. What exactly is the course of action you're attempting to pursue?
I'm going to continue to court Vasalth the Victorious.
In the manner that you have been doing so till now.
Well, probably not exactly in the manner I've been doing to it so until now. Probably greatly increased, but yes.
And you're sort of, I guess, anticipating or hoping that she will come to you and say, "Okay, good job, buddy. Let's chat."
No,
That was so hot, Arta.
I believe there will be some sort of confrontation, peaceful or not.
Shouldn't you be more worried about after this adventure building your kingdom back up that you literally just got?
I pretty much assume at this point I don't have a kingdom. We'll see how next session goes. Yes, this next session that is going to drag on for another 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. All right, so let's operate under the assumption that it doesn't work because we're talking about a new character. Let's operate under the assumption it doesn't.
So that doesn't work. I'd pursue other intensely powerful females.
Okay.
To exclude the obvious ones that one would exclude.
Hold on a second.
Like, I don't know, the Queen of Spiders.
I mean,
Actually,
there's crazy and there's crazy and there's crazy. All right. I'm not that crazy
yet.
This is a very
don't want an arachnid
situation. I'm realizing. Normally, with characters' backstories, I kind of let them come up with stuff on their own. Here, it's like a combination of two things.
Why don't you just want to start a new character, Thanatos?
Yes, my son is not the same as me. In fact, I was going to play a different class. Oh
no! I mean,
he's going to play a different class.
But it makes perfect sense to me that if you've built and played with a character, that if you make a new character, connecting it to the old character. I mean, first of all, I like that because
It's how the game used to be played. You had to have a scion and you'd start over at a lower level.
I need this. Oni, you always lead me to interesting places.
I'm glad I
sure-
lead you to interesting places. Without me,
No.
we'd still be stomping around in dungeons,
Well,
which might be a
probably
good
not.
thing because then you wouldn't be tired.
well, I mean, you may be overestimating your uniqueness a little bit there. I don't believe that the party would be just dungeon crawling over and over again without your character, especially since your character is fairly taciturn when it comes to decision-making stuff. But yes, interesting places to go are always fun. Okay, so I gotta think about how to deal with your character's back. It's an interesting one because I really like with McNulty's character. I actually really enjoy it when the backstory shapes the world in some way. McNulty's character's backstory actively created a new
section of the
location and a new, not a new second world, but a new location and a new story in that location with how with events occurring that some of them are pretty crazy. No crazier than a tiefling somehow managing to court a red dragon. So I'm like shutting it down here because I'm thinking about it from the Thanatos character as a player character perspective, that here's a thing that in order to do whatever DCs I'm imagining or stuff like that, etc. But on the other hand, as a backstory plot hook, I got to think on this. I need to seriously think on this and try and really process it. Yeah.
Can I borrow you in game 1 for a sec?
Yeah, sure. Burp. Be right back.